what's happening. They're up close and personal with Low, the question, the answer, and the truth. Now keep in mind, I got locked up March the 15th, 2005. And by September of the same year, the 27th, I was in diagnostics at Coastal. And right before Thanksgiving, I was at Waycross. So start the year off, I'm out in the street doing what I do, like however I do, get locked up in March. And by Thanksgiving, I'm in chain gang. You know, some people sit in the county for a minute, you know, whatever the reason, but and you gotta understand that prison was never designed to be better or like make people better. So it takes a different type of awakening or awareness to understand the position you don't put yourself in and to try to redirect the path that being in prison was opposed or put in place to present, you know what I'm saying? Why would somebody wanna put you in a, well, you know, once you do wrong, like that's a whole different ball game. But now, since you don't did wrong and so-called don't got punished, people don't care about you not getting in trouble no more, especially since y'all don't find that prison is a big business. But so you can only imagine that as time progress, it gets worse and worse. So I was just on the street, like I went to sleep, woke up, now I'm in chain gang, the same battlefield, but a whole different ball game. And so I don't know what happened, like with being the dude or people I had got cool with or whatever. I don't know what happened or what really transpired when we decided like we were gonna be on some 80 baby shit. Like I told you, there was a time when you get a DR, if it ain't no walking DR, you know, you going to the hole, so when you get it, so, you know, you'll get investigated in 3 days, and you'll go to DR court within the next 7 days after you get investigated. And if they give you 7 days, you're gonna get out in 7 days. You're gonna get out on that 7 day, or you might get out that next day, but you weren't just sitting. But as time progresses, you know, you still getting investigated in 3 days, but they give you 14 days, you might end up doing about 27, 22, like whatever. But it wasn't no, you just finish your day, now you getting out, because you gotta consider that every day somebody getting locked up, but ain't nobody going home every day, especially once you go to talking chain gang talk. Now in the county jail, you know, the formalities are different. But in prison, ain't nobody get out every day. All over the state, every day, ain't nobody going home. So now, you might go to the hole, get 7 days, might sit 2-3 weeks, sometimes a month, depending on what's going on. People ain't getting in trouble, whatever the case may be. And keep in mind, you could be at one count and everything could be straight. You know, everybody don't accept the whatever going on, and some could pop off at another count, and that could cause the administration to start dictating and orchestrating different plays, moving different people. Because they have knowledge of what's going on, even if they react or respond to something because they don't heard about it. Long as they know what's going on, they could pretty much dictate it. So you got different people that give them different information for whatever reasons, whether they trying to get something from them, whether they trying to secure themselves, whether they trying to manipulate, whatever the case may be. But so it got to the point, like I told you, I was just stuck on stupid. Police, we might be going to child. Police tell me to tie my boot, just might cuss him out. Bam, stupid nigga in the hole now. Nigga might tell me to tuck my shirt in or whatever. I just cuss him out. What I was thinking, I don't know. I guess that was just like a rebellious streak or whatever. But like I say, my mindset was F the police. It is what it is. That's what type of time I was on. I ain't never see no inmate, convict, whatever you want to call it, and not like them or have an issue just because my issue with the police, that was the type of time I was on. So now, them asking you to tie your boots, pull or tuck your shirt in, or put your whatever, they stop asking. If they see it, they just locking you up. So we start calling it free picking. Some people be back there in the hole, and when they ain't getting out when they supposed to, they might pour the sprinkler, might flood the cell, set a fire, whatever, throw some pee or some boo boo on all over, whatever. You got some people that would just spazzing out like that. So when people been sitting back there in the hole, they might come through for inspection and do a free pit session. Meaning if your bed ain't made tight how it supposed to be, if your locker box ain't strict how it supposed to be, they just gonna lock you up, no question asked. So with free pick. So me and some more hater baby, we just got together. We like, ain't no more free picking. We ain't going that bad. Ooh. Like I say, I don't know what transpired to make her be on that type of time. But we was like, man, ain't no more free picking. It is what it is. We gonna ride. So we at the chow hall one day, and one of the 80 baby, he finna do wop, and do wop is just get another tray when you ain't supposed to get nothing but your one tray, but you sneak back in line, try to get another tray. So he do wop. So at a particular time, we like 4 deep, 480 baby, and we were just basically saying, man, we ain't cuffing up. If they try to free, now we do something, then you go to the hole, it is what it is, but free pick, we was like, nah, ain't no more free picking. So 180 baby, he tried to do wop. And at that time, we finna leave, because we were finna leave when I guess he seen the break in the line, and he jumped back in line. So me and the other 280 baby, we outside. So a short while later, we walking down the walk, going back to the dorm. He come out the chow hall, the handcuff. Hey man, 876, they just free picked me. So I see he got handcuffs on, so I ain't really standing. So obviously you ain't booked, cause ain't no other police running to the chow hall. So obviously you put the handcuffs on. So at that moment, I see you with the handcuffs on. I ain't even worried about it, cause you cuffed up. We said we ain't cuffing up. So another 80 baby, he right there beside me, cause like I say, we were 3 deep going back, cause we were originally 4 deep. But he do walk, so now we 3 deep going back. He come out in the handcuff, hey, said they just free pick. So like I say, I see him with the handcuffs on. I'm like, man, please. So another 80 baby, like, man, why you cuffed up? Why you cuffed up? We were coming. I ain't no, you don't cuffed up now, so it's been over with. But long story short, he go to the hole, we go back to the dorm. Like, them 280 baby, they in the dorm together, and I'm next door in another dorm. But they playing the 80 baby, they was just a clique inside the clique. We was all around the same age, cause like I say, I was a younger duff for a minute till they shut Alto down in 2006, blah, blah, blah. So now, it's a lot of young niggas, like they split them up throughout the state. But I'm in the dorm chilling. So next thing you know, a short while later, like 13 coming through the gate, 13 minutes set port. So now I just get a little seat on the stair. You ain't really supposed to sit on the stair, but I don't really care, man. Just a stair. So I sit on the stair and I'm facing the door to where I can see what the 13 got going on. And keep in mind, I ain't got nothing going on to where I gotta go hide something. I gotta see what they doing. I'm just seeing what they doing. And even at that time, it really wasn't much going on. 2005, at least not that way, Crow. If it was, I went in the loop. But anyway, I see one of the 80 baby come out there, they talking to the 13. I can't hear nothing, I just see body language. And I don't know what they talking about or what going on. I figure they probably don't do something over there. I don't know about it. So one 80 baby come out there, he talk to the 13. I see him moving the hand like, man, woo. Like I said, I can't hear nothing. I ain't finna get up and go to the door and try to listen. It ain't that serious. So they sent him back in the dorm. The other 80 baby come out. He moving his hands back and forth like, man, woo, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. He go back in. So the 80 baby that came out the first time, he come back out. So they going back and forth, hey man, blah, blah, blah. They sent him back in. They parked our door, the side I'm on. They called me. I go my door, and they was like, cuff up. I'm like, huh? They were like, cuff up, blah, blah, blah. What you got going on? They talking about I ain't signed a ride. Now what they were talking about was when the other 80 babies was like, man, why you cuffed up? We were coming, blah, 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 blah. But it ain't on me to tell them, man, I ain't say that, bro said that. That ain't what type of time I'm on. But they like, cuff up. I'm like, oh, no, ain't nothing going on. So I don't like try to eat my little pants up, tie my belt. My boots are already, they ain't tied. Just went town. They was already some hard boot. But so I tied my little belt up right quick. Cause I know I ain't finna cuff up, especially I know I ain't did that. I don't care that, set. But I had on stipulated ain't no free picking. And I was gonna stand on it. I don't care how it played out. But you're like, man, you ain't cuffing up. I'm like, no, nigga. And I'm like, hey, the baby, shit, I ain't cuffing up. But we get a tussling right there in the center port. Now, they didn't down bad, man. Like, we had a real live tussling match. And I don't heard a situation where they go to punching in, hit you with the little stick they have, but they did not down bad. We just had a good little tussling match. How long it was, I don't know, but they'll eventually cut me up. If I had to estimate, I'd say I probably were able to ride out about 15 seconds at the most. And they called me up, took to the hole, blah, 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 put me on scrut cell. Now, scrut cell is a whole different mental war. You in the cell with nothing. And at this time, this ain't like a mental health count. At a mental health count, they'll at least give you a paper gown, which is really nothing. But at this time, this ain't no mental health count. They ain't got nothing in terms of knowing how to deal with it. But if for a punishment, they'll put you on scrut cell. I'm in the cell with nothing, no tissue, no boxer, no sock, no shirt, no nothing, no mattress, no nothing. I'm talking completely empty in this cell. But it was torture, cause I ain't used to nothing like this. Like I said, just 10 months ago, I was on the street. Like, I'm in a chain gang now, so my mindset ain't even caught up to where it's a whole different ball game now. But I'm in script cell, I'm just sitting there, walking back and forth, trying to do some push-ups, trying to do some jumping jack, and it weird though. Like, it weird. But at that time, my mindset was adjusting to this what comes with it. Like, if you would have cut up, they would have took you to the hole, and they would have eventually bought you the property that you could have, and you just would have went to DR code and however it played out. But at the same time, when you declare something, I mean, it is what it is, even if it is stupid, even if it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You just have to, you ain't really got to stand on it if what you got to lose ain't worth it. But at that time, I didn't have nothing to lose. Got 15 years ahead of me. And at that time, I probably hadn't been locked up. Probably, I said a year and a half. Cause like I say, as soon as I got locked up, a blink of the eye, I was already in the chain gang. But I stayed on script cell like 2 days with nothing. They was still giving me a tray, but no mattress, no tissue, like no nothing, just in there. But that with already, like I said, I stayed in the hole, so my mindset was already solitude. I didn't mind the peace, the tranquility, whatever you want to call it. Even though you really can't do nothing, it was just another form of peace. Being in the dorm around excess noise, other people problem, other people misery. Like, so it was just a whole different setup. But now I'm here with nothing. And now I'm just thinking, can't lay down, like can't chill. Gotta hold my number 2, ain't no tissue. And they ain't give me no tissue for the whole 2 days. But after I had been in there probably about 8 hours, they come to the door. They like, if you apologize, we're gonna give your mattress back. Like, man, get away from my door. Like, yeah, I'm in here and I'm down bad, but I ain't finna apologize. I'm good. I'll be all right. In my mind, I don't know how long they gonna keep me. I'm hoping it ain't enough, cause like, it's hell in there. Like, I ain't got nothing. But anyway, I ain't even got to drink out the sink. And the sink's already nasty. Ain't nobody clean that cell like that. But I ended up giving them a mattress and start back 2 days later, going to DR coat. But long story short, they ain't let me back out. They ended up transferring me and one of the 80 baby. And then when we went to Smith. And Smith was a whole different ball game. Like I say, my mindset was, I'm at Waycross. I see how the little chain gang running from my little understanding. But in my mind, I didn't think that all prisons were different. I at least thought they were going to be made the same and have like the same kind of system. So now when we get to Smith and they got the thing where they'll lock you down when you first get there and do their little assessment, whatever they're gonna do, and then try to see how you been moving and changing in the place you want to do that better suits you according to how you move. So when I get there and I see these dorm, all these sales, so I'm calculating, I'm like, man, these like 96 man dorm. I'm like, man, the 49 nigga was enough. Now you got me around 99 nigga. I'm like, man, please. But I'm finna go to the hole though, then they gonna do the placement. So I'm looking at the setup like, man, shit. Now at this time, I'm getting fed up with niggas. Even though Waycross was a sweet, not a sweet count, but it was straight. But I'm looking at the setup, I'm like, man, shit. So they finna put us in the hole. How we went down there. I don't know where the other dude came from. You know, I ain't really do no chit chat on the boy. But we came down about 8 deep. Me, the other 80 baby, and a few more other niggas from wherever they came from. So they called them out what room we going to. So me and little 80 baby like, nah man, we either go in the room together or we go in the room by ourselves. So they looking like, you know, these people been working here for years. These sergeants and lieutenants. So they already know what's going on, how it's going on, the different tactics they can use to break people, that, and the third. And here you got two niggas who ain't even 21. Barely got little screens on the chin talking about what they ain't finna do. So we end up getting into it with them. They end up putting us in the cell by ourselves because we got into it with them. But the fact that we just getting there and they probably just know how it is, like, yeah, we just should have put them in a room together. So we went in separate cells, but we was in one man cell. And like 2 days later, they come like, hey, look, man, y'all got the DR for bucking, but now these are isolation cells y'all are in. So we gonna put both of y'all in the same cell because we need these cells, but y'all still got y'all DR. Like, shit, bet. So we go to the other side with a 2-man cell. And we go to DR coat, whatever. And I end up getting out first. So I'm telling little Ada baby, I'm like, well shit, I'm finna go out here, see what's going on, try to get some emotion, some food, whatever. And at that time, cigarette was still on the stove. So I'm like, I'm gonna try to get out here and make something happen, see if I know somebody to put some money on their book. I'm on stove prescription. And like I say, I got money on my book, but you can't even spend it. That's why I say, if you want a box and you got somebody there to send you a couple of dollars, ain't no sense of getting in no stupid type trouble. Like, it sound pop out and cool, but as far as the shenanigan type of trouble, ain't no sense of getting on that. And I know now niggas don't really care because you got the different little ways you can still make something happen. But still, you got to think about it. If all that fail, you yourself being able to go to the store, that way it gonna count in the end. So they let me out first. I'm finna go to the dorm. I think it was like G-Bid, and that's at Smith. Hold on. No. I think I was finna go to H. Yeah, I was finna go to H. Then they was already trying me because, like I said, I don't know the setup. But when I'm going to the window, dude me from when I first got there, I think he was in medical or something. So he just like, hey, look, such and such. So I'm like, he like, what room you going in? At the office. I said, what room I'm going in again? He was like, such and such. So I tell him, see, I'm going in such and such. So the way he looked, he shook his head like, I'm like, what's up? He like, man, you ain't going enough. I said, no, I'm gonna go wherever they send me at. He was like, nah, I ain't talking about that little bro. He said, it's two fuck niggas in there. I'm like, damn. So I look at the officer. I'm like, hey man, I'm pretty sure it's somebody already in this dorm that'd rather be in that room. But if it's two fuck niggas in there, I ain't gonna be able to go in there like that, dog. Then they crazy because they might build a bump. And they go my first time hearing about that, like, Smith, it was already like a 100-man dorm or something, or 96 or something. Then they added like an extra bunk to the room that was in the corner, making it like a 100-man dorm or something. So I'm like, y'all already trying me talking about a middle bunk. Then you got me in a room with two fuck niggas. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that. So I go in there, I'm just trying to see the setup. And I ain't really had that much time because I know I would bring heat to the dorm if I went in there then showed me ass. But they'll probably shake them boys down. Like I said, I don't know what they got going on, whatever. But I go in the dorm, I go to the room where it's two fuck niggas, and I'm like, boy, I ain't finna do this. So I holler at the dude that I had on scene when I first got down there. I'm like, hey, bro, you don't know nobody who wanna be in there? He like, nah, man, woo, woo, woo. So I'm like, man, shit. So I go to the booth. I talk to the officer to park the door. I say, you know, I just came in. I said, I dropped something right there. And I'm surprised she parked the door. Cause like, normally they probably would have got it and brought it to me. Like, you know, but she parked the door. I went out the door. I'm like, man, I ain't even, hell no. I ain't even going to room no 2-foot nigga, man. Shit, no. So she telling me to go back in. I'm telling, boy, it's over with. They get it. So they bring some officer back down there. It wasn't no 13. But it was like some sergeant, probably one lieutenant or whatever. They like cuff up. I'm like, man, hell no, I ain't cuffing up. Y'all trying to put me in that room. I ain't doing all that. I said, I ain't really trying to go back to the hole, but just find me another room, man. But they went trying to hear that shit. So long story short, we get to tussling. And they ain't really do me bad, cause I know Smith got a tag on him. You know, I know y'all probably heard about nigga D-Boy or whatever. But I ain't never had, like, we ain't never get into it a bump head like that. But we get to tussling. Cause I just, at that time, I just couldn't cuff up. I don't care what's going on, you gonna have to put the handcuffs on me. But if me turning around and you put the handcuffs on me, I ain't finna do all that. So we get to telling they put handcuffs on me. And long story short, they put me back in the room with little Ada baby. So he like, man, what the hell happened? I said, man, try to put me in the room with 2 foot, nigga. I wasn't gonna be able to do that, dog. So blah, blah, blah. I was putting back in the cell with him. We chilling. Probably about 4 days later, he get out. So sit in the hole for a minute. I think after I went to DR code and all that, the fact that I had on just got there, I was able to explain it to the DR dude. He was like, yeah, I understand, blah, blah, blah. So he ain't really give me no whole time. He just gave me restriction like time served for the whole time, letting me out. So I went to G building that time, but little Ada baby was on one side, I was on the other. So we got there rocking for a minute, probably about 2 months later. I think we went to church. We were just trying to, cause Smith, like, it's already depressing. Just had the whole setup is depressing. But I think, well, I don't know about little later, baby, but I think I was young enough and stupid enough to not sit back and meditate and just think, like, you know, shit that I ain't never tried to get no detail. I ain't care to go work in the kitchen. Like, I'm still new to the point, like, I'm still in disbelief, like, well, I know this ain't what prison gonna be like, but this shit here, goddamn. But I probably should have just went and got me a job and goddamn, blah, blah, blah. I probably should have went and watched some cars. I probably should have went door to door. Like, I ain't got no lawnmower, man, but if you got one, let me cut your grass and I just charge you less or something using your lawnmower. I should have did something, but now I'm sitting here and I'm like, them thoughts are already because I'm here now. So my mindset gotta be like, fuck what I didn't do, consider what I did and go from there. So I'm just sitting there. But anyway, me and little bro, we go to church. And we weren't going to get no word. We were just going to see, you know, people from the other side and try to see who we know and see what we can, you know, try to make something happen. But we ended up going to church and leaving church. Something happened. I don't know if somebody did something and they thought it was us or what. I never figured out what happened. But I just know we coming around by H building, cause I forgot what the whole letter was. But we coming by the hole, then we got H building, then G building. So we don't pass the hole and we pass the H building. We going to G building. That thing, you know, we hear on the radio, stop those 2 inmates right there. I'm looking, cause we ain't there now. We literally just went to church trying to see what we could see. Now we going back to the dorm. And I hear on the radio, stop them 2 inmates right there. They come up there talking about, hey, y'all cuff up. So I look at little bro, I'm like, what? I said, you nigga, you on dead, son? He's like, no. So I'm like, I told him, hey, man, I ain't gonna be able to cuff up. You know, in my mind, I can't speak for little bro, but I said, I ain't gonna be able to cuff up. And I get when little bro seen that I wasn't gonna cuff up, I was still on that 80 baby shit. He was like, hell nah, we ain't cuffing up. So we ended up getting a fight with them folk. Now that one right there was a little more physical. I don't know because it was 2 of us, because it was nighttime, like I say, church probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock or whatever at night. So I don't know, but that was a little more physical. But we get to tussling with them, hitting with them. And like I said, I probably throw like 1 punch, and that was the initial punch. But at the same time, I wasn't just trying to go all in. Because at the end of the day, I know you ain't got no win, but I'm still rebellious. So I'm just ain't finna let you put handcuffs on me. You gonna have to force me and put them on me yourself. But that one's a little more physical than the other 2 times I got into it with the police. But long story short, they put us in the hole. We get to tussling. And from there, it was a whole roller coaster ride. And that when eventually I got into it with the officer dude. He kicked my arm in the flap, tried to hit him with the slicer. And that when I ended up going to High Max at Reedville. And that when I got introduced to mental health. That's a whole nother story, but I got you. But anyway, man, y'all stay tuned. I got you. Yo.